How's it going, guys? Today I want to talk about another business that you could start for free. Let's go. So in this series, we've talked about principles of starting off businesses for free. We've talked about starting a digital marketing agency through outsourcing for free. And today I want to talk about another business concept, starting a restaurant for free. Now, you may not be interested in starting a restaurant, but I still think the thinking behind what I'm going to say is going to really help you out if you want to know how to think through starting a business for free. So there's no doubt that starting a business is both one of the most expensive types of businesses that you could start, especially if it's a bigger space and you're buying ovens and refrigerators and have to have a big staff and you're buying a lot of inventory and you don't know yet what's going to sell, so a lot of stuff is not going to work. And it's also super risky to start a restaurant because most of them fail. Definitely the average restaurant is going to fail more than the average other type of business. There's just so much competition out there and people are pretty fickle. So when it comes to starting a restaurant for free, what would that look like? How could you possibly escape all of the commercial space and everything that you would need to be able to start a restaurant? Well, this is how you do it. You don't start a restaurant like that to begin with. You start with what you have. In this case, we're considering having nothing, and you go from there. So what you could do when it comes to starting a restaurant for free is, instead of starting off with the whole concept, just simply start off with selling one thing or even a few items. So there's different ways to do that these days. We've talked before about cloud businesses, and really it's cloud restaurants that got this whole idea started. There's so many people that are cooking things at their home or at a commercial kitchen. Make sure and check the laws in whatever country you're at, what you have to do for that, but they're cooking things and they're just selling it on food delivery apps. Other people that I know, for example, in an earlier episode, I talked with my friends at DanBam Kmart.
It's DanBam Kmart.
DanBam Kmart. It's a Korean grocery mart here in the Philippines, and they literally just started off going door to door with their neighbors selling kimchi. So this is really the same idea that I would have for starting a restaurant for free. Start off by finding a smaller amount of items that you're gonna cook. It might only be one thing, so you could really start off so simple and then sell that. The great thing about this is that you're gonna be able to see if people like it, if they hate it, if they say it's too spicy, whatever feedback people are no doubt gonna give you about your food. And then you could grow your menu in a really organic, simple way by just making things, getting feedback. And then as you start to make more profits, you'll be able to put some of that away. Others of you might say, well, I don't need to start off from nothing. I got a little bit of money. And if you're in that case with something like a restaurant concept, you might look at what we did during the pandemic, where we were getting a bit bored and locked down, and we saw an open space where we were to open up a very small kiosk type of restaurant. And so we opened up Delish Deli. It was great because the rent was pretty low. It was a smaller area, so we didn't need as much staff and everything else. And it was a great way, very inexpensively, to get a restaurant started in a retail space. But that is the subject for another video, because here we're talking about getting started for free. So what you're gonna do with this concept is be selling. You're gonna use the food delivery apps to do your marketing and your sales for you, so you're gonna save on costs that way, but you're also gonna let friends, family, co-workers, whoever it is, know that you've started a food business, and you're gonna get feedback from people that know you and are most willing to buy from you. Out of the profits of that, you want to put as much as you can in a savings account just called restaurant. And eventually there's gonna be enough there where, combined with anything else you have, you're gonna be able to buy an actual retail space for a restaurant. But by the time you get to the stage, remember, you're already gonna have a lot of experience knowing what people are looking for, what items you've made that people really love, what items weren't very popular, and you're gonna put all of your best sellers on your menu for your new restaurant. Whenever you think about starting a new business, think with the end in mind, but then start with whatever it is that you have. Literally, there are so many businesses that you could start with this type of concept. If you want a restaurant, but you don't have $100,000 to put into a restaurant or $1 million to put in a restaurant, depending on where you live, that's okay. Start with what you got in your kitchen, make something, sell it. Is there a bit more work involved if you're selling in food delivery apps? Of course. So you gotta research, figure out what requirements they have, and make it all happen. But the easiest thing is just start off with friends, family, coworkers, get people's feedback and get started. Don't ever allow money to be an excuse for not starting a business. Where there's a will, there's a way. As always, guys, if you need any help starting a business, you know where to go. Look in the description below for my email or reach out on Facebook. And as always, guys, appreciate you taking the time to watch, and take care.